welcome to Pretty Little Liars, the after show here on the stream.tv. I'm your host, Sinead de Vries, and I got my Pretty Little Talkers. We are a hot mess. Over here, I got Mova.
This is on the hot.
Hi, guys. Meg and Steph.
Hey, guys.
All right, so we were really seriously helping Stephanie figure out her Instagram before this, why we're laughing so hard. But it looks like it posted, so, you know, first world problems, all good.
Posted a damn story.
Yes.
I don't know if anyone's watching.
It's a catastrophe. Low-key, Stephanie and I sound alike tonight because I got the plague after last week's episode. I touched her hand, I got the plague, and now we both have sexy voice.
They were totally making out, and something happened. First of all, I just want to say thanks to you guys for holding down the fort last week. I was in South Africa doing some Tomb Raider stuff, and it was awesome. And it totally reminded me how fierce women are in like Hollywood, and I'm
surprised you don't have an accent now. Because like when you talk to your parents and stuff, sometimes you slip into an accent. And I thought that you were going to come back and talk like this.
The entire week that I was in South Africa was extremely confusing for me. I switched back and forth all the time. So yeah, you'll see that for sure. But anyways, let's get into Pretty Little Liars. You guys, I'm not going to be like, I'm going to be frank here.
We're not going to sugarcoat it.
We're not going to sugarcoat it. We're not going to sugarcoat it. This season so far, to me, has been slightly disappointing.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like we left off on such a high note last season, and this entire time that we're now 3 episodes in, I have been waiting to be punched in the gut. And I know that sounds crazy because all we wanted was answers and like we wanted the story to move forward, which it is, but it's not moving forward in the way that I feel like is authentic to Pretty Little Liars.
So true, and I feel like in the past, these premieres and stuff, every episode always ends with, oh my gosh, that's crazy. And this episode, we had some crazy stuff, but it didn't give me that feeling.
I feel like the crazy we had this episode is the beginning crazy I wanted in episode 1.
Yeah,
totally.
Completely.
Like, totally.
Episode 2 was better than episode 1.
Well, the thing is, like you say, like, it's the oh my gosh moment is because, one, who the hell was really invested in Yvonne? Like, I'm sorry.
Right.
Girl is dead, and you know what? We all said it last season. We were like, bitch needs to go.
Yeah.
I love Kara. Love her. I think she's a wonderful human being. But in terms of her character, you know that the entire PLL fandom are all pro Spoby or pro Spaleb. It's you're one or the other now. No one is for Yvonne and Toby. And maybe like their relationship was super cute, and I actually did feel a lot of feelings seeing Toby and Spencer at the end.
That was sad.
But it almost just like they almost reiterated how important that relationship is. The fact that he went to Spencer after all of that.
But she was in the hospital also.
But like meant to
be.
Meant to be.
Totally. Say anything. Like honestly, you guys, that was a really sad scene. Like the way he walked out and he was just like, it's like she knew. She knew what had happened.
And she started crying
and grabbed him and then going down to the ground.
The meal was dramatic.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, I thought after that scene where Yvonne feeling like a bug is on me, that was really freaking weird. After Yvonne passed away, I realized they're in a hospital. So like if she was really dying, you would hear that little beep, 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 and we didn't hear that. And then Meg pointed out a good point.
Yeah, I was like, what if A like pulled a plug or something?
And that's why she died.
Why did she like wake up and then all of a sudden?
Yeah, that would be crazy.
You know what I mean? Maybe A is trying to get all the couples back together, like we've been saying from the beginning. A is maybe working in their favor.
OG couples.
Why he maced the crap out of Caleb, who knows? But
yeah.
Other than that,
But what's weird? So now we have a new love triangle because last time the love triangle was Toby, Yvonne, and Spencer.
Yeah.
And now it's Spencer, Detective Marco,
That was
and Toby.
so
Because now they're like all hot and heavy again.
Yeah, it's so funny. I'm just looking through my Twitter right now because we're going to take Twitter questions at the end. So if you guys are sending in questions, the hashtag is PLLAS to use. But I'm just like looking through these. Most of the stuff is not about Yvonne. Like it's honestly,
She wasn't like a main person.
I've seen her name one time while I'm scrolling through all these questions, and I feel like the fans right now are more drawn to the scene between Spencer and Toby than to Yvonne dying. Like it's really sad, but seeing them together made me want to cry way more.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is because I feel like last season we were so focused in on our main characters. We're coming to the end, and I said this last week or 2 weeks ago. If it's not one of the main girls, that's AD. Like I will be so disappointed.
And I think so many people think that. And you know how in the very beginning of the entire series, we all thought it was Arya because of the shush, and I think now they're kind of circling back around and starting to make her seem a little
let's talk about that a little bit.
Let's talk about it.
So weird this episode.
You
Meg
guys,
called, I feel like Meg called that.
Yeah, you did.
This
Oh,
you
episode
called her.
was so like focused around Arya. Like, okay, when they're in the car and all of a sudden she's being all like hacker. That is not Arya.
Yeah,
and
that's weird.
then when Emily called her out on it, she was like, "Oh, Caleb taught me this morning."
And that was
I'm
the
sorry,
weirdest
sister.
lie. That was the weirdest lie.
That was
what Caleb was going to give you a 5-hour tutorial in like a
Yeah.
period of 3
It's not that
seconds.
easy to like all of a sudden know how to
They're
do
like
that stuff.
making her seem creepy. Like she was in the dark straight up with no lights for a while.
Yeah.
Texted. Like they're making her seem creepy.
And all
I
these
feel like.
gadgets, like, did you go buy this laptop? Did you go buy this like hacker thing? Did you go buy the tablet? It makes no sense. Where did all this come from out of
And she
nowhere?
was being tough when she was talking to Sydney and basically pinned Sydney.
I
up
liked
against
that
her.
scene a lot.
I liked it too, but that's not the Arya we know.
No,
and that
she's
was like
being-
a really kind of vicious
I felt like that was
side.
supposed to say something.
Either
like, where
that's
did she learn those
foreshadowing
moves?
or it's totally used to throw us off.
It might be the latter, yeah.
They better not throw us off anymore.
But I would love if Arya was A. Like I would
I
love
kind
it.
of would too. I just want it to be one of the girls,
Yeah, me
so
too.
I will be satisfied if it is one of them.
And you know what? The one thing I do really appreciate about PLL right now is that they are bringing back these old characters. Sure, they're bringing back characters that not necessarily we care about, but I think it is kind of cool that it's the last season. They're just like putting them in different places.
Yeah. Right.
I was kind of annoyed that Holden came back 2 episodes ago, right? I was kind of like, do we really care about this guy? But the idea that it is the final season, and Marlene did say this was a homecoming season.
Right.
In Marlene, we trust. I do think at the end of the season, I will look back and be like, oh, it's kind of nice to see all these faces.
Yeah.
I 100% don't believed Sydney. I don't think she's guilty in any of this. I think she was telling the truth when she said she's working for somebody who likes to go by AD, meaning anonymous donor, and that's what she meant by that,
Does
and that's
Sydney
it.
not know anything about this A thing? Because
I don't think she does.
Because remember when she was across from Emily, and then she was like, "I'm in this because an old friend called me, aka Jenna." But then she's like, what are you still doing here, dealing with this drama? And I was like, does she honestly not know about?
Oh my
A?
God, you guys! I just came up with this crazy theory in my
thought
head.
Meg
I
was
was
listening to me.
I was not listening to you at all. Okay, because
Okay, I'm excited.
I was going off of anonymous donor. Like, what if AD really didn't stand for a name? It really was anonymous donor. So I'm trying to think of like, who do we know that died? Dr. Rollins. Okay, what if someone took out Dr. Rollins' insides and gave them to Nicole?
And she's back to life. She's in Arya, well, she's
Wait, this
in
is like
their
super
apartment.
sci-fi.
Is that too sci-fi?
That is too sci-fi.
Like,
she was walking around in
but
front of
like,
Arya
what-
5
okay,
seconds
but like
ago.
just take some sort of theory like that. What if anonymous donor meant someone?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Someone's heart,
Something
someone
with
that
a
we know
donor.
that died, something
Or
is
anonymous
in,
donors,
in
the Emily
someone
eggs,
else.
the eggs.
Or the eggs. You know what I'm saying? What if it's a part of someone that is in
I
someone
love
else?
that.
That's
Dude, that's-
carrying
love that.
That's carrying out the job.
Okay, I like that. It's very unique and different.
Yeah.
But I don't think that would satisfy me. Like I want it to be very clear cut. Like it's this person and it's not because
I kind of
they're-
like the eggs. I like that. I kind of like that.
The whole eggs thing, like we already know that that's probably going to happen. But remember when the eggs thing first came up, we were like, no way.
What if, wait, Cece died. What if
She's not dead.
Yes, she is.
No, I'm saying what if
She's trying to finish your
Oh,
sentence.
no. Cece's dead. What if Cece's organs is in someone else?
And they're like acting like Cece still.
Who needed organs though?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out.
Did anyone need? I don't think anybody needed organs.
I don't think so either.
Anyway.
Literally, I don't think anybody. Needed
I'm gonna
organs.
think about this, you guys, because I know
I'm
you
sure
out
we can
there.
find someone in the last 7 seasons that needed organs.
I know you believe in me. I know you do.
Yeah, I kind of do.
And I'm really,
I get it. Okay,
I'm
okay.
really thinking about this one.
It makes sense.
Well,
okay.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and just politely say no. But I love you, you're my best friend.
I love you too.
Thank you.
But yeah, no. I like that idea. I think it'd be very different and unique and creative. But I kind of don't want to go back to CC
You bitches,
at all.
if I'm right, y'all are gonna be like, oh my
No,
God,
if you're
sorry.
right, it's fine. It's totally cool. But I don't want to go back to Cece. You know, I don't want to see her again.
I hear
I'm
you, I
over
hear
her.
you.
Like
Yeah.
she's done. She's dead. Like I'm done.
I hear
What's
you.
the deal? What's the significant, like, really, when we think, I'm still at Sydney, because that's
Sorry,
what
because I completely, yeah.
I didn't have like a big thought. I'm just wondering what the significance. Okay.
All right.
Just like, what was really the significance of Sydney in this episode? Literally, like,
that's
what
what
are
I
we
said, I
supposed to
kinda
get?
felt like-
She was literally just there to be
Yeah.
there.
Right.
Yeah, I
She
kind
didn't
of
bring
felt like she
anything.
had to.
She's not working with Jenna.
No.
Like, there's literally kind of no full circle moment with Jenna
No.
at all.
What
She
I
just
do kind
made
of
a
think is
cameo.
weird though is like she kind of seemed like she was talking smack on Jenna when we saw
Right,
for
right.
her
She said
first.
she
She
was
was
just-
dressed.
So that's what I was
the
saying. I
same.
think she was just supposed to be another insight about Jenna. So she said,
She's into dirtier stuff.
like
now.
her stuff now is even
More
too
dangerous stuff?
Yeah, like it's her games
happens
have
with us
gotten too
sometimes.
dangerous. Her games have gotten too dangerous for even me. So I feel like she was supposed to be there to help us set up or like
Yeah.
help us to think like Jenna really is as evil as we think,
Okay.
and that
Yeah.
like
She's
she's
turned
on
the
her
corner
own.
and she's bad
Right,
now.
because
or something.
Sydney was still a question mark. We still didn't know what happened to her, so I feel like they had to clear that up.
And also, I think as the episodes keep continuing, the guests that are coming back are going to be more and more ones that we want to see.
Right,
Like
yeah.
we don't really care about
Small.
Holden. We don't really care about
Right,
Sydney.
right.
But now the more we go, like you know,
get bigger and bigger
Maybe
and
episode
bigger.
9
And
we'll get Ren.
yeah.
or,
We 100% will get them.
Yeah.
And like that's why I said the homecoming season, right? She always said it was going to be homecoming season. So everyone who we might have ever had a slight suspicion about
Right.
should come back and clear their name, which
Exactly.
I do appreciate that a lot. So let's talk about Nicole because that was another big moment, right?
Yeah.
I cared about that more than I cared about Yvonne. I actually
Yeah.
really
Yes.
was into
It
that.
was
moment.
scary,
It was
dude.
scary.
It was scary.
And all I kept thinking was, oh my gosh, Nicole, Arya saw that news or that news clip right on
Right.
TV with Nicole saying like I kept thinking about Ezra coming back and all this stuff, and that's like heartbreaking. But she's like, you guys found your way back together, Ezra and I will too. And I thought that was so sweet.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, it's gonna work out for them. I honestly think that Nicole must have found out about Arya, right? And
Which she should, because they're
Yes.
engaged and
Yeah.
planning a
She
wedding.
either found out about her or like Ezra told her or something happened, and now Nicole has come back to meet her face to face, which I think is going to be heartbreaking. I actually felt for Nicole.
Where were they? Were they in Ezra's apartment when we saw
Yeah.
them?
Yes.
I think Ezra's
Why do you have
a
a key to Ezra's apartment?
Exactly, it was creepy.
Oh, you mean Nicole?
Nicole, it's like,
Yeah, no, it was
hey,
weird.
I'm in your fiance's
was
apartment. Like,
Also,
cool,
you guys,
dude.
she was
Yeah.
on the phone with Ezra. So Ezra,
True.
we're thinking, not physically with him. Remember, she was like leaving a
Leave
voicemail.
voicemail,
still.
yeah.
So
yeah.
I think Ezra might not know that Nicole went
No,
there.
definitely not.
Because he, I think,
How'd
is
she
still
get
in
in
New
that
York.
psycho
Maybe
right?
Nicole had a key because maybe they were living together before.
ugh, I hate
You know,
that. I
maybe they
hate that.
actually
That's
were.
true.
They were boyfriend and girlfriend.
Wait, is
Ezra has
Arya-
always lived there.
Is
So-
Arya living in Ezra's place?
Yes. Remember,
Yeah.
she was leaving when he came
Yeah.
home and he took her stuff upstairs. It was so cute.
Yeah, I just was like, he's carrying her bags. I wasn't like trying
Yeah.
to figure out their location.
No, they were. He was like, you're not
He's
leaving.
like, yeah.
So
That's right.
maybe she had an apartment, or maybe she had a key. Maybe she had a key to his apartment because they were living together before she got abducted by the people, the scary
Yeah.
people who we still don't really know what to call them.
Well, homegirl had a crazed look in her eye, and I
she
thought she
did.
didn't look sad. I thought she looked like ready to.
no, I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be like it's like shock and like heartbreak, and I
But do
actually
you think
feel
she
bad
has
for her.
more to the story than just, you know, oh, you're my like boyfriend's fiance?
You mean like, is there more?
like,
is there more to the A story?
Yeah, like
I
do you
don't
think
think
I think
so.
that she
You
was sketchy though, because it's like when Arya got there, we saw a figure come up. It's like, wouldn't you say, "Hi, Arya, I'm here," like a normal person? Like that was 10 seconds of silence that she should have
Yeah,
said
and then all of a
something.
sudden that was creepy. You
But
guys.
okay,
I've
wait, I
just
have a
been to throw us
prediction.
off again.
We should all do a prediction. But my prediction is they're gonna have a heart-to-heart in the next one because they kind of sort of have to. And in this heart-to-heart, you know who's gonna back down is Nicole, and she's gonna be like, you know what, you guys were meant to be from the beginning. Go do your thing. I'm gonna bow out. That's my prediction.
I get
They
it,
have
yeah.
to because they're endgame. So like
I
something
mean,
has to happen.
Yeah. Or she's just gonna die like
She's gonna
Yvonne.
die.
You guys also the freaking thing. Speaking of creepy things, that freaking mannequin of Hannah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
dude.
came to the
So
door.
weird.
That was not
The
okay.
appendix, Meg called that.
When they were talking about appendix right away, and they were talking about a book, I was like, you guys, the appendix, like. Come on.
Yeah, dude.
I
Yeah.
knew that they meant to look at the doll.
Yeah.
But that part grossed
When
me the
Caleb
F
opened
out.
the door and he was like,
It's you.
I was like, I can.
We kind of laughed during that part, you guys,
Like,
not gonna lie.
what is it, Caleb? It's you.
it looked nothing like
nothing like
literally
not
was
even
like-
the same skin tone or anything.
No, like the cheapest, like non-scariest doll I've ever seen in my life. And she just kept saying like, turn it right, I want to look at it. And I was like, if I saw that in the doorway, I'd be like,
I'm like, all right.
like what the hell? Also, I said backstage, I'm like, A has way too much time on
Yeah.
his or her hands, and also like must be really lame.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Who does arts and crafts like that?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Seriously.
Puts a bunch of fake blood and like all that stuff.
I was not okay with
and
that.
That wasn't rubber. That was like straight up skin.
Yeah, it made
like
me
part of
feel
me wondered
queasy.
if
Like,
that
I don't
was,
like that. Let's not talk about it. I don't
Yeah,
like blood.
poor
Maybe those are
Megs,
the donated
she had
organs.
to turn away.
Maybe those
Megan
are
doesn't
the
like
organs.
blood.
The
Like,
whole
for
thing
real.
was just, it was a little hokey. It was
Yeah.
a bit much. And like, was it a bot? I don't know. The whole thing was just, it was a
good
mess,
to see
literally.
Lucas again, though.
It was.
I mean, he's always played a part in the story. He's always been continuous, and
Yeah.
so it's hard though. It's like, is he still on the bad side, or is he genuinely
You know,
helping Hannah?
Lucas has done so much for Hannah, and like I feel like he was really important to her story, right? He like funded her, he invested in her, and all this stuff. But I also do think that we are supposed to question him. Like they have.
I feel like everyone is questioning.
Yeah, but like
Lucas.
they made us feel like we have to
Yeah.
question him. Like I don't feel like we are suspicious of him on accident. Like I feel like they have tried to do these little weird things with
Yeah.
him, and there was things
Right.
about his name. Remember, there were anagrams.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of different stuff about him. I do think he could. I really do think he could be A. Like at the end of this,
That would be
Yeah.
a letdown.
That
it
would
would.
be a
It
letdown,
would be
yeah.
a letdown, but it would. Like, what didn't you say?
I'd
like,
say it'd be better than a lot of other people that they could choose
Yeah.
that would let us down, I think, even more.
like
But-
imagine if it was Nicole versus Lucas.
Yeah, I'd be like,
Yeah.
You know, or Sydney versus Lucas.
Dear God,
Yeah.
Marlene would not do that. Come
It
on.
would be awful. It
Yeah.
would be literally terrible.
Yeah. I guess, I don't know, should I save Caleb in the
Yeah,
Poison?
we're gonna take a bunch of questions. So I feel like those were the main things that happened really in this episode. There was a lot of lead up to next week, I feel like, because we have a
Yeah.
huge reveal coming. And the only other thing that I think was really special about this episode was Spencer and Detective Marco. I'm
Well, and then Caleb getting
Caleb,
and
and
Caleb
the
getting
finger
poisoned. But I
was
saw
big.
some questions, so I want to save that for
Okay.
after the break.
Okay.
But
The
Spencer
finger?
and Detective Marco. Marker. I do really love them together. Honestly, this episode there was something different about them. But again, I'm Team Spoby all the way,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
so hard for me to care about anybody else other than
Yeah.
Spencer and Toby.
Yeah.
Like it's I want to because I felt like Marco was really sweet to her.
He was, but I feel like
It's
it was
just
just
so
put
hard.
there to like put a little bookmark and like, you know, kind of just like keep her busy until that like knee scene.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
You guys have so many questions, and there's a couple. We want to talk about Caleb. We also want to talk about Spencer's shoulder, and we want to talk about the trailer or the sneak peek for next week's episode.
Yeah.
So, last minute questions, hashtag PLLAS, and we'll be right back after the break.
Later, gang.
I'm spilling the tea. It's gonna be hot, hot, hot.
It's Hey Queen Hot Tea, the show where we sip steaming hot celebrity lies and throw Hollywood shade. I'm your host, Mr. Johnny McGovern, with my favorite hilarious people, Julie Goldman, Lady Red Couture, the beautiful Brandy Howard.
Oh God, it's so hot. I don't want to touch it, but I just can't resist.
Real Housewives, real plastic surgery. Richard Simmons transitions.
She looks like Kelly Osbourne, Trixie Mattel, Manila Luzon. Yeah. Brandy's bad news boyfriend is Callum Best.
Obviously, he's good at what he does because he's fucked the best of the best.
Kylie, Chloe, and Kim have not gotten near a white dick since junior high.
Release the Kraken.
I cannot deal with that at all. I will go crazy. It's making me crazy right now, and now I'm insane.
Oh, but if you want the tea, honey, the total tea, girl. No O's, honey, the tea.
Oh.
Oh, hello. Hey, guys. I'm like so caught up in your guys' questions. I'm so caught up in your guys' questions because they're really, really good. And I feel like you guys are asking all the exact same questions we are. So we kind of wanted to talk about this new side of A that we're seeing, which is now that this AD, right?
Yeah.
AD is technically not A. But AD is more violent and more creepy and more scary and more twisted than any A we've ever known because there is a possibility that AD could be going for the kill. Yvonne and Toby, right? And I'm gonna pull this tweet up right here.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yes, it was very, very good.
Cookies.
So Melanie Toronto at live_your_dreams with a Z at the end, just the way I like it, says, was Yvonne poisoned? A liked butterscotch and they were eating a butterscotch dessert.
It's brilliant.
Like,
Nothing
amazing.
else to-
That is beyond amazing.
Yeah.
Kudos
so
to
good.
you, girl. Honestly,
hit the nail on the head.
because we have known A to like butterscotch. There have been multiple times they've randomly shown butterscotch candies
I
throughout
want
the
some.
past
Sounds
7
really good.
seasons.
I know, butterscotch.
The butterscotch candies sound really good.
Butterscotch
But
candies
then-
just like make me feel kind of weird.
Really, I really want some.
I just think of like old people.
Yeah, I was going to say a lot
I
of old
love
people have some of those.
butterscotch.
Anyways,
Butterscotch pudding's the best.
oh my god, that sounds so good. But why didn't Toby get sick? Toby ate the cookies.
Did he actually eat it?
Wait, that you eat them, Yvonne. If he didn't eat some, then that's weird.
I
Like,
think
that is
he
your
was,
wedding
no,
thing.
because I think he was feeding her to like help her. I don't think
Or-
he ever.
Oh, no, you poisoned her.
I know.
I was
he
thinking
didn't
that.
poison her. But do you remember? Like, no, he didn't poison her. But do you
Maybe he
remember
did.
that specific line?
Maybe
and she's
he
like,
wanted her dead too.
Say it, Stephanie. Okay, the actual line was by Yvonne, and she said, "Do you want to split the last one?" It's like she specifically said that, and he was like, "No, no, no."
Oh, I
and
don't
then they
remember
started
that.
talking, and then it was very leading up to it because they were talking about their honeymoon and their fun life together as she like slowly drifts
But
off
he
of
seemed
that.
so distraught about it. Unless
He didn't do it, guys.
Unless
come on.
he
No,
got
he didn't do
something
it.
from A and it was like, you have to kill your wife.
literally.
Or it's either kill Yvonne or Spencer. And he was like, I'm going to make Spencer, so I'm going to poison her with some butterscotch. And that's just what I'm going to do.
No, I don't think so. I really, really don't think so. But it would be freaking dope if you killed his own wife.
Someone has to be thinking of theories over here. And
You're right,
You're right. So Emily at M_PLL theorist says, okay, but why did we waste 5 minutes talking about their honeymoon plans?
Yeah.
It makes it all that more
Exactly.
dramatic when she finally passes away, and they're making all their plans
Totally.
for their future
Yeah,
lives.
no, I didn't catch on to that at all. I was
like,
like, Yvonne, we only have 8 episodes left. We don't have time to talk about your stupid honeymoon. And then Steph was like, oh my God, she's gonna die. I was like, what are you talking about? And then she starts to die.
I literally was like fixing my like eyeshadow at that point. I was like, what?
You're like, something important?
Because I didn't even care. I'm like, I don't want to listen to this. Like, meh, they're talking about their honeymoon. I'm like butthurt because like this is not right to me.
Yeah.
So I go fix my mascara in the mirror, and they're like, she's dying. and then I look at the TV, and I'm like, oh shit, she's dying. Like for real, she's dying.
and then we just went on with our lives.
It's ridiculous. So Natalie at 628N says rumors are that there were going to be 2 weddings this season. Did Toby and Yvonne's count as one? I think yes.
Oh,
Yes.
No.
I would hate that. That's not a wedding. That's a marriage.
That
No,
was,
I guess so though.
it was a really sad wedding, but it was a wedding.
She said, "I do."
But there was no.
I guess.
There was no one.
I guess.
There was no one there that legally married them.
Yes.
That's
good
true.
point.
So like
So it's by
by the
doesn't
state of
count.
Pennsylvania.
I don't know. That's so Marlene-ish. She was that counted as one.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, Marlene.
Yeah, because that technically does not count by law.
By law,
Just
it doesn't
saying.
Yeah,
count.
just saying.
Okay, so Jay at Jan, I can't speak.
Just spell it.
Jay's view at Janaeus Views, maybe Janaeus, something like that. Where was Allison? Why was she gone again? And where's her father or Jason?
She started to write her name in cursive on the board. It's going to take her a really long time because it looked really nice in the promo.
It's true. It's very true.
Guys,
I
during that
also think
episode,
that
she was just writing her name in
the whole
cursive
time. The whole
continuously.
time. She's like, ow. And then she takes the eraser. She's like, no.
Gotta start all over
no.
again.
I think that Mr. D and Jason are going to be those 2 of those people that come back that we're going to love.
Mr. D.
Mr. D.
Kenneth.
Kenneth, we haven't seen him since he was frozen on the floor.
I know. We're going to see him again.
You
we
think
have
he's
to.
alive?
Back in action.
I don't.
Yeah, you know
Definitely.
why? Because we're about to find out who killed Mrs. D
If it was
next
him.
week.
Wait, was he in the
so
preview
excited.
next week? Was he in the preview?
No, he wasn't.
Who was in the preview?
Mr.
that-
Hastings.
Then
Oh,
I
yeah,
feel like
Mr.
he must have
Hastings.
killed her. Why would
I
they
don't
bring him
think
back?
so. I think maybe
prediction-
Mr. D killed his wife.
I
with
would
the
love that.
with the finger. I know
Yeah.
this is kind of obvious, but like that is Mrs. D's finger.
You
Totally.
think so? It looked
It
a
is.
little manly.
It did look manly.
But
did-
it
But
could be
her
her
hands are manly.
Well, also she was
Yeah.
buried. It had dirt all over it.
You're right. It probably
so-
is.
But I
her
think
finger.
that was what's going to lead them to
True.
figuring
Yes, I
out
agree. I
who
agree.
killed Mrs. D,
Yeah,
all
okay.
that stuff. All right, at always_PLL_fan says, what do you guys think about the detective wearing gloves like AD? Maybe he is AD or working for the person.
detective wearing
Again,
gloves.
100% disappointed.
Which
Ooh,
detective
what are you
was
talking
wearing
about?
gloves?
Detective Marco.
Detective
Literally,
Marco.
the scene started off like he was A. Like
They
he was
set
wearing
it up
black.
like we were gonna get an A scene.
And it was
he was
him
opening
with
the
the
envelope,
finger.
and then they
Oh,
panned
yeah,
to him,
that's
and we're
right.
like, oh, it's
I
the
would
detective.
I kind of like that. I was
I
kind
liked
of
it
grateful.
too.
Yeah, I
was
don't
like,
think it
thanks.
means anything though.
If he was
I don't
A
think
though,
it
I
And
would
it kind of reminded
absolutely
me
hate
of
it.
our Rosewood Funk
Yeah.
the opening of it because we had that manila envelope.
Yeah. So at JMO210, that's very true.
Yeah.
Said, I didn't see Arya being taught a thing from Caleb. You are right, Johnny.
Yep.
You're
Yep.
right. She
Yep.
wasn't taught a damn
Yep.
thing. Megan Fowler says, do y'all think that AD actually stands for anonymous donor?
I kind of like that twist, honestly.
I know, but then you
really
got
do.
my head spinning because you're like, and I'm like, it stands for after death. It stands for apples and
Oh, that's true.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Apples
I'm
and...
like, what starts with D?
My
It's a
only
fruit.
note of that is that last week I told you guys I read an article in the
Donkey
Hollywood
Kong?
Reporter.
Fuck
I read an article in the Hollywood
Yes,
Reporter.
Hollywood Reporter.
And what's her name? Jessica DeLaurentis in real life. She did an interview with the Hollywood
Andrea
Reporter.
Parker.
Yeah.
And she said, no, their initials are AD.
Oh, okay.
So she said that, but like for all we know, she was under contract and didn't want to say
Right, we
anything.
have three.
so.
We have 3 ADs now. We have Alison DiLaurentis, we have Addison Derringer, and we
Right.
have Archer Dunhill.
Yeah, true.
Right? Okay. Brittany Sanchez says, I know you guys are all going to hate me for this, except for Mova, but I would be stoked if Paige was AD because I've not trusted her since she
I would
tried to
not be
drown
stoked.
Emily.
No.
I wouldn't be stoked because the amount of theories we've seen these last few weeks have me already thinking that she is and it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be a
No,
surprise.
I would be like, bye.
No.
Like, bye. I wasted like 7-8 years of my life.
It would be the
Bye.
opposite of a mic drop moment, I think, for
I
all
would
of us.
hate if Paige was AD.
Yeah.
I hate
Maybe,
it.
you know that IMDb thing? That
Yeah,
where
yeah.
it says /AD,
Yeah.
that she's
Right.
Paige and /AD.
Yeah.
Maybe they have to credit it like that if we're supposed to think she's AD in an episode. Do you know what I mean? Like Ezra
It
we
was for the
thought was
last
AD.
episode. It was a specific, I think it was the specific last episode.
Well, and
was the last
IMDb
episode.
took it down. So
Yeah.
it's like, that
So
just
it
makes it
definitely
seem
wasn't
even
a thing.
more. I'm going
Right.
to tell you guys right now, I told these guys last week, when I was in South Africa, I was still bitching about it on our group text, but I told them, if they messed up and IMDb accidentally spoiled it and somebody did not let them know not to please credit her that way, I know that anyone can change IMDb and it's not that credible. But if it was a mistake, they better have filmed something different.
Yeah.
They better have gone
Yeah.
back to the drawing boards, written something different, and changed their entire game plan. Because
But,
to be
but they
honest,
wouldn't have time.
I don't care. If at the
And it
end
would
of
cost
this,
a lot of money, and at the end of the day, they would have to be suing for a lot of money. And I think there would be
that would be an
buzz
amazing
in
lawsuit.
the
I wanna be a part of it.
entertainment world.
oh
Yeah, but I
my
think we would
gosh,
know
Yeah,
about
we
the
probably
buzz.
that would be
know about it.
devastating.
Yeah.
Unless it was just a ploy or just like one of those things that they knew that us fans would discover just to like get us talking.
That
Yeah.
could be very
Okay,
true. Yeah.
Stephanie, you're not gonna
Yeah.
fight over this, but at Steroline Feed says, okay, I know that this might be a stretch, but what about Maya coming back? I'd be 100% satisfied if she was revealed as A. Thoughts? Okay, I don't want Maya to be A. I don't want Maya to be A,
Maya is dead.
Bye.
but I would love if she came back.
No, Maya's dead.
I'm
Would
100%
you
She's
just
not
love
coming
that?
back.
Yes, I would. You guys know how I feel about Maya.
She's like
No,
whatevs, dude.
honestly,
At this point, it's
Like, I loved her, but like
She was Emily's first love, you guys.
It is
yeah,
what
but
it
she's
is.
gone.
But she's not the love. Allie
Okay,
is
but
the
she-
love. So she's
she
just
was-
one in a million.
But she was
one in a
Emily-
million.
she
You
was-
might as well want Paige
she
to
was-
just be alive forever.
Shut up. She was Emily's first love.
It's like your first love. You know, you should get over it at some point. It's not good for you. It's not good for you.
Ooh, I like this one. Adoring
on
Clever at
from
Clever
that.
Clever Babe says, if you could kill off a PLL character, who would
Oh,
you
I
choose?
love that.
Maya, just kidding.
Wow.
She's dead, okay? Don't rub it in.
Ooh, this
tough.
is a good one.
I honestly, before tonight's episode, would have said Yvonne. Because you guys know I've been saying that
That's
for
so
a long
accurate.
ass time. I
That
was
is
like,
so accurate.
bitch needs to go.
Dude, I think I have so much inner resentment toward Paige. She just nauseates
Yeah.
me so much because she's so clingy.
Yeah.
Clever
And
Babe
she's
says,
always around.
Nova, we
I'd
know who
probably
you
say,
pick.
say Paige.
I know, because that would be a juicy ending, though, wouldn't it? If she, and like on her dime, but she's like, you guys, I'm A. It'd be like, oh, girl. But
I think someone, I don't
someone.
know who had this theory, or I don't know who told me about it. Maybe you, Sinead. Someone had a theory that PLL was this. It's almost like the
dream.
Yeah.
No, the Truman Show. I know
Yeah.
you guys are young, but like the movie about where it's all reality show. Wouldn't that be crazy?
I would hate
No.
that.
I would
I'd be
love
pissed
that.
as hell.
Really?
Just so you guys know,
would love
if,
that.
if we found out that this was also a reality show, I would literally punch every single person I saw. for the rest
No,
of the
I
day.
think that could be turned so juicily. I really do. I
And-
really think that could be really, really
No,
cool.
I'm not into that. And I'm
No.
also not into all of you people who keep saying, what if they all wake up and it's a friggin' dream?
No,
I would
the
hate
dream wouldn't,
that.
The
No,
dream wouldn't
nobody's
make me
doing
happy.
that.
That's
But,
an
like,
easy out.
But what
That's
I'm
like an
saying
easy
is like
out.
because there's so many games, they keep saying there's game changing. Like I just think it would be really cool if someone.
Honestly,
know.
Just playing
I'd
a
kill
game.
Paige. I'm not kidding.
fine.
Yeah.
Not because I hate her. Like she annoys me a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't hate her, and I'm not team. Whatever. I can't even think
Emerson?
of. Yeah.
I was
No.
to say Pemily.
Paley. Pemily. That's literally what I was
Pemily.
saying. I was like, what was it? But I'm not team Paley.
I'm over that.
But I don't hate Paige. Yeah. I would kill her off because I feel like I would care the most about that. Like I actually would feel really, really bad for Emily if Paige died. Like I feel like I would buy it and I would cry with her. With the whole Yvonne death,
Yeah, I
I
like
didn't
that.
care.
I'll go with that one too.
Thanks, girl.
So we all want Paige to die.
Not
is the
that
moral
I
of
want
the
Paige
story.
to die. It's just like I'd prefer that over anyone else at this point.
No, I
Yeah.
think I would like want like Mr. Hastings to die after we
that's-
find
He has
out.
so much history, dude.
He can't
After
die.
we find out all
I like
the
that
Daddy.
one too. Daddy, I like that one too.
You can't kill Daddy. Cindy says that can't be Mrs. D's finger. She died over 5 years ago. It's probably Rollins' finger.
It looked
That's
like
our other
Rollins'
guess,
finger
yeah.
to me.
Yeah, and actually when I first saw it, I did think it was his more than anything. But then when we found out that they were going to reveal Mrs. D, that's what made me think that that was what that was leading to.
Right.
But Rollins was buried too, so girl, you could be right.
It could have been a freezer this whole time. Like it
That's
could
what I
have been
mean.
from 5 years
yeah,
ago.
A has the ways
Yeah,
of
but
But
preserving.
why would they have
fingers.
cut off one finger? I feel like we know this. I feel like there's something we're missing. I feel
Like
like
there's significance with one finger.
there's a significance with the finger. Maybe the fingerprint needed.
Someone in the barrel. Remember that barrel thing?
Oh, the barrel thing was.
What's in the
was
barrel?
not
We never
Pepe.
figured out what was in the
There
barrel.
was stuff in the barrel. Didn't we figure it
It
out? It
was
was like
toxins
nothing.
or something.
Yeah,
it was like something dumb.
They made
yeah.
such a big deal about
Where's
that.
Eddie
God.
Lamb?
And where's Eddie Lamb?
Bring back Eddie Lamb.
Where's Eddie Lamb?
Where's Eddie Lamb?
I feel like no one remembers Eddie Lamb except me, and it's driving me insane.
What?
I feel like no one remembers Eddie Lamb.
No,
I'm like,
I
you
do.
guys.
I love it. We
Bring
loved
back
Eddie Lamb, remember?
Yes.
Oh my
would
God,
love-
I'm glad we're on the
shit.
same page.
No, here's
Remember
what I
that
would love.
shit? And he had pizza or something.
Here's
remember?
what I would love
And
you
he
guys.
knew Aria.
If it was
You are. Yeah. What the hell?
If it was the finale and everything was uncovered, we found out who AD was, everyone came back, Jason came back, Bren came back, and all of a sudden everything was figured out, and then right before they rolled the end credits, you just see Eddie Lamb just like walk across the street. What's up, guys?
Yeah, he just like
something
joins
like
the
that.
group. He like walks up and he's like,
Come on.
I'd be like, oh, thank God.
maybe we will get him back. It is the season of homecomings.
Yeah.
All right, so here's my final thoughts before we wrap tonight's episode. I think that there is so much that PLL needs to tie up
In 7.
in 7 episodes. So I'm going to put my disappointment away. I'm done with my disappointment because I'm actually really excited for next week's episode. I feel like we're going to get huge reveals.
Yeah.
And I feel like now that Nicole and Arya have come to face, that's huge. Now that Yvonne has died and Spencer has just gone for Marco, that's going to open up an entire new thing because
Triangle.
right when...
Oh, it's over now, though, but you know.
You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
Right, you'd say it's over, but like she really had a great time with him.
Yeah.
And the fact that she was able to talk to Caleb very openly about it, I feel like
Yeah.
that also showed. Also, her
was so
arm is bleeding a hell of a lot for somebody who's supposed to be healing. So I think that that's significant of something.
True.
I think that
And-
something's going to happen with her.
The girls can no longer. We didn't talk about this, but the girls can no longer tamper with the game because they get poisoned when they do that.
Yes,
Right,
totally. Now
right,
we know
right.
for sure.
Yeah. So
now
And
they
we
have to
also know
play
that
the
A
game.
now could possibly be willing to kill.
Yes.
Right.
What if Spencer
Okay.
needs a blood transfusion because she loses so much blood?
I would love that.
And she has to get the
Donor.
blood from
Donor.
Yvonne.
Oh,
Oh, hell yes! I would love that.
Not AD, Yvonne.
No, but that's okay. I love the
Where, we
I
bring
love
back
the
Yvonne
mixing
from
of
the
the
dead?
of
what
the
if,
inside.
what if
We're
Spencer
taking her
needs
blood.
something for her because her shoulder's gonna fall off her
Oh,
body?
that's weird.
Give her
That's
Yvonne's
good.
arm.
But I'm loving the theories. I'm loving the way y'all's minds are working right now. Okay, you're on my level.
No, but it's just Yvonne's shoulder.
It's like, it's just a nub, like a shoulder nub.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
damn. Okay, you guys, keep sending us your questions, theories, comments, anything else that you got, okay? And we'll be back next week for next week's episode. Also, we want to know who you think killed Mrs. D, because right now I honestly have no idea. I couldn't decide at all. But lots did happen tonight. Just they didn't actually happen, you know?
Yeah.
But they're gonna happen.
I think
They're gonna
I think.
happen.
All right. Well, love you guys, right?
Love you guys. We'll talk to you on Twitter.
Are we
All
gonna?
right.
So 3, 2, 1.